Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at disneyplus.com. It's Monday, it's time for a quick Disney Plus news roundup. We're going to be talking about the Oscars, we're also going to be talking about the Boogeyman and much more. But before we get into any of that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. One of the big films set to arrive on Disney streaming services this year was the Boogeyman. It's set to arrive on Hulu later this year and on Disney Plus around the world. But now, according to The Hollywood Reporter, it will now be released first in cinemas on June the 2nd, 2023. Because the film has been getting some really positive reviews from early test screenings, which will obviously have had a big impact on the decision. I think we're going to see much more of this moving forward, obviously with the success of Barbarian, which was a 20th Century Studios release. Then we've also seen other studios have big hits like Smile and Megan. Horror films, people are going back in much better numbers than for some genres, so it makes sense. Also the fact really of it just being able to bring back some of its costs, maybe even make a profit, that is all the key things that Disney are looking for, and then get it released on streaming afterwards. And generally films that have been released on streaming after they've been in cinemas do a lot better, so that's a key thing. And I think we're going to just see more of this moving forward, where some of the streaming movies will end up going to cinemas first, just to make a bit back some money. There's a huge difference between putting out a sort of a cheap movie and getting, you know, maybe making double it and kind of making a bit of profit on it, and then putting it straight onto streaming, then just putting it straight onto streaming, because then it's just pure loss. So I think we are going to see this, not just for Disney, but around the world with other streaming services. We're going to see probably less original films and more theatrical films. Even Netflix has been playing around with bits. The film follows a 16-year-old and a younger sister who are still reeling from the death of their mother as they're targeted by a supernatural boogeyman after their father has an encounter with a desperate patient in their house. The Boogeyman has been directed by Rob Savage and it's been produced by 21 Laps. But I'd love to know what you guys think of the Boogeyman kind of leaving streaming and heading straight to cinemas first. What do you think of this idea? Do you think it's for the good? Do you think it's for the worst? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Moving on from there, Disney is going to be doing a special live stream of the Oscar nominations on Tuesday the 24th of January, starting at 5:30 AM Pacific time, 8:30 AM Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be hosted by Riz Ahmed and Alison Williams, and it's also going to be broadcast on different social medias and YouTube and stuff. This kind of follows on from what we saw last year, where Disney did a live stream broadcast, and it was actually the first live stream. It was kind of a test performance. They didn't announce it in advance, so I don't necessarily think we're going to see the Oscars live stream on Disney Plus. It'd be nice if it was. And again, this is just for the United States. Like worldwide, different companies have all got different rights to it. Yeah, it's kind of a bit of an odd one, but it kind of makes sense to maybe just for them to do some little bit more experimenting with live streaming. You know, we've seen them do concerts like Elton John, and we've also saw them do Dancing with the Stars. But again, just more testing and just more opportunities. I hopefully would like at one point, maybe just for Good Morning America to be live every day. I think that would be great, and let us all see it. But yeah, are you going to watch the nominations? Who do you think is going to win? You know, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Disney's also had some pretty good news with Star Wars The Mandalorian Season 3, with the trailer that aired during the halftime show during the NFL Super Wildcard match actually went on to draw in 83.5 million views within the first 24 hours across all of its different platforms. In our poll of the day, I asked you, what's your favourite Marvel film with Ant-Man in it? I recently rewatched Ant-Man, just ahead of Ant-Man Quantumania coming out in February. Of all the votes, 59% of you loved Avengers Endgame more, followed by Captain America Civil War, with Ant-Man and the Wasp down at 9% and the original at 13%. I'm going to I think Ant-Man probably is my favourite, but Civil War is pretty cool. I also had a great comment here from John on Friday, where he said, happy to see Disney going all in with his Asian content being pushed worldwide. It truly feels like an international service outside of the United States. Totally agree, getting more international content on Disney Plus is obviously a big thing. And you know, every different country and stuff around the world, you know, all likes different things, you know, different, and also different insights, different people and stuff. It just makes it much more interesting as a whole. And yeah, that's the key thing with Disney Plus. It is a global platform with countries all over the world. Over 100 plus countries have access to it. They're all making original content. You know, what works in one country might not work in another. And so yeah, just getting different choices, different options and stuff. But yeah, let me know what you think of all of this in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow and subscribe. Also a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.